sort of not going to be easy. It was overwhelming. How this affected our family, how it affected him, how it affected us. I was so lost because all I wanted to do was to help him, and I didn't know how. But then I was on a playground, and I was telling a friend of mine about all this worry and this anguish I had about my child and how I just didn't know what to do to help him. And another mother overheard us. Totally butted in on our conversation and said, "You have to call my friend. Her son is going through almost the exact same thing, and I just know that she would love to talk to you." And that was the lifeline that really helped me. Because once I had another mother who was going through the same things and could empathize with me about what it felt like to go to all of these specialist appointments, what it felt like to go to these therapy appointments and feel overwhelmed with what they were telling me to do. What the right decision was about this program versus that program. It felt wonderful to not be alone and have a friend I could call who understood me, understood what my son was going through, that could talk and laugh and cry with me. And that was where I feel like things finally started to turn around. I think what we did was we got together other moms and other dads and started up a group and a network of people that could share advice and resource and education to help their kids. And that's what eventually became Connecting for Kids. So we decided that what we wanted to do was to open it up to all of the families here on the west side of Cleveland and help them. No matter what their child's diagnosis was, no matter what their child was struggling with, that through this collection of parents and families that we would help them find the right resources for their child. We found a lot of comfort, I think, in the shared experiences of other parents going through the same thing. And it just makes you feel a little bit less like you're the only one experiencing this stuff, to look around and go, oh, I had no idea this parent was even struggling.
What's great about Connecting for Kids is it's not pinpointed. It is anything. It could be your kid is just really, really nervous because they don't like to ride the school bus. And so you can come in this group and you don't feel like, oh, well, I don't have a formal diagnosis, so I can't do this. Or, you don't feel like, oh, they're not going to understand what I say because my child has, so many difficulties and challenges that, I can't even. You feel like you belong because you have a child at the end of the day. And I think that's the best thing about it.
Going to the Teach Me to Play classes, especially with my babysitter, the person who was with him all day, every day, we were able to not just go to someplace else to fish, we were able to be taught how to fish, and we could go home and interact in ways that we've benefited from learning through those groups. There were
free seminars that we could attend by some of the very people we could not afford to see on a regular basis, showing up to tell us, here are the things you can be doing at home, or here are the things that your child caregivers can be doing.
The speaker events, they provide scenarios or options or things we just haven't thought of that help us with our situation and help us to move forward. And my wife and I go back, we talk about it, we implement what we can, and we move forward with it.
Child care where I could drop off not just my kiddo with special needs, but all 4 of my hooligans, and they were safe, they were well cared for. They actually love coming to Connecting for Kids things because they think it's just a big party.
We can bring our kids here, they can spend time, socialize, connect with other kids, play, and my wife and I, A, we get to spend time together, B, we hear the same things, and then we can go back and talk about it, and if we try and implement those things, we're on the same page and we heard the same story. It's just a really great time that all of us in our family benefit from and improve our lives with.
And so the one message is you're not alone. You're not the only family out there that's struggling.